guys, welcome to the review show. My name is Austin. Guardians Volume 3 is directed by James Gunn, and this is the final Guardians film in this trilogy. So, reeling from the loss of Gamora, Peter Quill must rally his team to defend the universe and protect one of their own. If the mission is not completely successful, it could possibly lead to the end of the Guardians as we know them. I was really looking for Guardians of the Galaxy 3. I enjoy the first one very much. I think it's one of my top favorite Marvel films in the MCU, like ever. Like it's up there pretty well. And I enjoyed the second one. I don't think it's as good as the first one. It's a little bit less of a downer when it comes to the jokes. It's not that much funny. It's not like it's not trying to be funny. It's just that I didn't find it that much funny. And the story bits are good, but there is moments where the film does drag. And so I was like, and I was really looking for this one because the way that they set things up from the previous one and what they set up from Endgame, etc. With the loss of Gamora. Spoilers! She dies in Infinity War, so they're kind of dealing with some, drama, and they have to wrap things up because this is the last one. As they say it's the last one. Now, they could continue on doing Guardians films with different actors, like different cast members and all of that, different characters. But as of right now, this is the last one with the team that we got, and the last one with James Gunn. James Gunn could still return, but he's more focused on DC at the moment, which he should be, because DC isn't in a good spot, and we need him to be more focused on that. I think you guys should go out and see this film. I really liked it. Now, I did give Quantumania a little bit too much credit. I don't think it's as good as it is, as I said it was. I mean, like, the stuff that I mentioned, I still thought was, like, made the film good, but the stuff that also I didn't really like about the film started just showing more of it. So I kind of regret giving it the grade that I did, but I'm gonna have to own up to it. I mean, like, opinions do change about film over time, so it's not like that's like a surprising thing. It's just that I wish I, had that thought back when I did the review. But this one, I'm gonna stick to my gun. I really love this one, and I wasn't trying to make a pun there. But yeah, this is an awesome film. This is a fun adventure. This is a very emotional ride, and it's very funny. Like this is like that when James Gunn was going to make these films, like, he was going to treat them with respect, because these are basically his characters. No one knew who the Guardians of the Galaxy were before the films came out, and so it was just really awesome to see a story basically that was his own finish. Now, the only thing that doesn't really that much get finished is Adam Warlock. Yes, Warlock. He's the only one that kind of feels out of place in this film, and Gamora too. But I think they did everything that they could with Gamora. But Adam Warlock was kind of like there for comic relief when we didn't need comic relief, when our whole entire team is the comic relief. So it's kind of weird that he was just there. Like, the first scene of him that we see him as, though, he's a pretty badass. But then after that, he just kind of just like turns into a joke, and they depower him when he would have freaking destroyed everyone. He would have destroyed every single one of the Guardians, and everyone would be dead in like 5 minutes of the movie. But again, you have to depower him down to make the movie work. But it's also, I think James Gunn was kind of written in a corner where that Kevin Feige came out like, yeah, we don't actually need him anymore, even though in the comic section, he's he's kind of like somewhat a second lead with Thanos sort of deal, where he fights Thanos, he knows Kang and all that. I mean, like, they still can go in that direction, I guess, but now they kind of wrote him in a way where he's not like, I would not be afraid of this guy type of deal. And I mean, like, you do see like how his powers work. Like, there are some moments where like the film gets really gruesome, and it's like, holy fuck, like, freaking Marvel going that far. Gee, like, holy, like, it's like, you can see, like, he's a very passable character, but again, they write him down and turn him into a joke, and that's kind of disappointing. So, like, if you could have took him out and it would have changed nothing of the film. Or maybe write him to be more of a, in a different way. I mean, like, he could have worked in this film. It's not like he couldn't have. He could have definitely worked in this film if he was written in a way for more of an emotional route than comic relief type of deal. I think everyone still does a great job. Chris Pratt takes up a good chunk of the film. We focus more on Rocket. This is definitely his film. This is definitely a Bradley Cooper film, because we definitely learned some backstory of Rocket, which is a very, very emotional backstory, very dark, and to the point where I was actually kind of tearing up because it was actually kind of sad. It's just, I really like that. I like that the film went in a dark and more of a personal direction, and it's about a nice, satisfying set-off basically to these characters. There was a very cool hallway scene with all of our characters, just ever since that we got Darth Vader in Rogue One, everyone's just basically trying to do that, and we get a cool scene like that here where everyone's being a badass. It's very well done. I don't really have a problem with the film, besides maybe there was a couple of moments where the songs don't work and Adam Warlock. Basically everything else I really did enjoy. Maybe some end bits by the end of the film, but overall, I really did enjoy it because this is pretty like top tier in-game stuff, like post-in-game stuff. Like Shang-Chi was pretty good. Didn't review it at the time. I do want to get to the reviews of all the Marvel films. I started doing that during the pandemic, and I just fell off of doing it. But that's something I want to do. I enjoyed Black Panther. Spider-Man: No Way Home was I really enjoyed, and I enjoyed this. This is like my top third favorite film, past Endgame and all that. So, yeah, go check it out. I highly recommend it. If you guys are huge Marvel fans, I think you'd be satisfied. Besides of Adam Warlock, if you're a huge fan of Adam Warlock, you might be pissed. But everything was pretty well done. I really enjoyed it, and it's a very emotional part of the MCU. Now it does sort of like not pull its full punches by the end, but it does pull your string. I'm gonna give Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 an A-, and I'm gonna stick to that rating because it's honestly a really great film, and I had a great time with it. I honestly did. I would buy the box set immediately and watch all three back to back. So yeah, it seems like Marvel's probably in the right direction, but that's probably just because James Gunn did his own. It was all from the same person, and he mostly got to control what he wanted. And maybe Kevin Feige also came in and like, say, well, we need a little bit of that to set up our universe. But besides that, you're all good, really. And these are basically his own films in his own vision, besides a couple of tweaks there and then. And so I'm excited for Marvel films once again, but I'm also kind of worried because the next one is the Miss Marvels, and I don't know about that one. I enjoyed Marvel. I enjoyed the first one, but after that, it's gonna be interesting. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. Like always, I'll see you guys next review. Bye, guys.